Alright, hey everyone, welcome to another Wildewitch RP live play TTRPG session. What is Wildewitch RP? That's me, Faye, game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We're a couple who love sharing stories so much that we quit our day jobs and we created our own company. That way we could create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and then share them with you. And tonight we're playing D&D. This session features the Burning Veil storyline, set in our very own Velenar campaign setting. It is a deeply personal tale of trust, betrayal, magic, and magnificent ambition, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who've joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us. You can ask in our chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more information. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it is time for introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, game master and storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now, let us meet our courageous and daring heroes, as they've just found some very interesting information. But we'll begin with our introductions for Bracken.
Yeah, hey everyone. It's me, Bracken. The Kender who's good at punching things and kicking things and punching things more and really just messing things up. We're here to have a grand old time.
Hell yeah. Next up for our introductions, why don't we learn about Avi?
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I play Avi. She is a half-elf bard sorcerer. She cares about her friends very deeply. She is constantly quietly singing and humming, and she's a little spooky.
Just a little spooky.
Yeah, don't get her angry.
Amazing. Next up for our introductions, why don't we learn about Cecil?
Hi, my name is Brent. I play Cecil Darkholm. He's a Forest Gnome Cavalier. Spending some time here in Velda Umbra has really been wearing him down emotionally and mentally. Um, he's trying to lean on strength and faith of his sister, but she's really far away, and he's still ready to keep moving forward, and he's ready to get the heck out of here.
Ready to get the heck out of here. I've heard that so many times, but don't worry, we've got a story to tell. And then, last but not least, why don't we get an introduction for Z?
Hello, everybody. My name is Bo, and I'm playing Z. They are a changeling artificer, and they are often drawn to the dark and the curious things. So, they kind of went through a lot. So I think they're just focused on what's piquing their interest instead of the dark thoughts that are going in their head.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Game chat, it's crazy. But with that, I believe we are able to dive into our session here. And you all have traveled through the areas, the canals underneath the Velda Umbra city of Moonwall. And as you have descended further down, guided by a strange cypress break, you had been brought to the Watchers, who had been very interested in you all and your capabilities, and had promised assistance should you assist them in return. And so they tasked you with finding one Varro Ridley, and bringing his soul back to them. And as a payment, they would help you stabilize your veil burns. So you had traveled to the Shadowed Repository, a place in between places. You've wandered its labyrinthian halls. You took solace in its arboretum. As you, perhaps not eagerly, but you did assist the figures there. And now you are at the place that should lead to Varro's Enclave. But something has gone wrong here as you traveled through traps, and now you are in a room filled with bodies. There was a figure who lived for a brief moment as you were doing battle, but did not survive his wounds. And as you were looking around, you found upon his body orders. Ones that spoke of finding and slaying Varro at the command of House Gezidul's master, Father Raghaval. And that is where we left off last session, you all making this discovery, which is where we will begin. You have these orders in your hands. What are you doing?
Well, this will potentially cause problems down the line.
Well, it doesn't look like these guys are getting back to where they came from, so maybe no one will know that we were here or what we've done.
Maybe. We could also use this information. Who sent them and what they were here for. Maybe it'd be enough to convince Varro to come back with us.
That's a good thought.
C nods.
Couldn't help but notice you tried your invention on that thing.
Yes. I really... I was trained well by my mentor. But there are things that he taught which really failed me in life. I was trying to build something that I didn't understand. And even though I wish I could go back and learn all these things, it's something that I regret not doing or not looking for. And I just wanted to help, and
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have yelled at you.
No,
I think it was just that we were so close and you wanted to take more time.
yes, I have to admit, in a way, especially when it comes to creating things. I want to be a risk taker because that was something I was always taught, and I really think it failed our group. And
I believe in taking risks, see. But I also believe that things happen the way they're supposed to.
I agree. I guess there are things that are supposedly left to be undiscovered or unattainable.
No. I don't know about all that.
Yes, I do have to admit this. There are a lot of things I'm still learning. I'm still quite young for my age, and of course, my mentor passed before he could really teach me those things.
There's time.
Thank you, Avi.
With that all said, maybe we see if any of these guys have anything useful on them and then head forward.
Yes. Definitely finding those orders was helpful, so I guess we should see if maybe there could be more letters or just any information. But yeah, I agree. And I'll start looking around at some of the other bodies.
As will I.
Roll a investigation.
There's arm with that.
As you're looking around on the bodies, there's not much more than the information you already have in terms of orders. You do find, of course, different, there's different vials on some of them. Could be oils to apply to the weaponry, could be poisons. Could be both. Different sort of, there's thieves' tools on one of them. Let me just roll something here real quick. They seem to be handmade, so they don't have like the full standard. It's just enough to make things work.
I'll stick those in the pack of hold.
And that's what both of you find, Avi and Z. There's really not terribly much in these figures.
Well then, I look around for another passageway. So I guess we just continue forward, I'm assuming?
If everyone's ready.
Sense.
There is another passage from this area. It was sort of kind of hidden from view until you stood more full into the room, which might help in someone who doesn't want people immediately seeing where he's living. As you move through these final corridors, go ahead, why don't we get perception checks? You are aware that this man has trapped literally everything else.
Also, I apologize really quickly. Could I cast a first level cure wounds on myself for some hit points?
Why would I say no?
That helps a little. And now perception.
And is Cecil going to roll a perception?
Yeah. Trying. Well, okay. Glad I did.
Cecil, there's traps everywhere. Like, you see all these little, different colored rocks, and it's gotta be a trap, right? And there's cracks in the walls, also traps. There's just traps galore.
This place is one trap. The whole place is a trap.
Z, Avi, Bracken, you're not seeing any other traps as you move along, though that might be a little concerning, seeing that everything else is so thoroughly trapped.
So when you say everything, can you be a little bit more specific?
No.
Cool.
Okay, then.
So I'm just gonna hot, warm, cold this because apparently you see all. And Bracken's gonna start slowly moving his foot forward and like looking over at Cecil to see if he says anything one way or the other.
Cecil's just nervously standing there, not knowing what or when to say anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, Cecil, everything's a trap here that you saw. One wrong step from Bracken, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
What's going down, buddy?
I just get more nervous.
I'm gonna assume this is cool.
I got
I'm gonna
nothing.
Take a step.
Wait, no!
Avi says, wait, no.
Alright. I mean, Bracken will hold his foot above the tile and look over at Avi. What, you see something?
Yeah, I do.
Is it under my foot?
Yep.
Bracken will move his foot 6 inches to the right, 3 inches to the left,
Ooh.
2 inches forward.
Ooh.
Cecil
goodness.
sneezes.
The sign.
Yeah, Bracken will put his
Stop
foot
it.
down.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Are we good?
I don't know.
Well,
I
you don't blow up as your foot goes down, so that's always a good thing.
You're fine.
Bracco. Hell yeah.
So, yeah, you continue moving along, and as you are doing so, eventually you come to it almost looks like an elven fortification, but it seems to have been blended and molded into the corridors of the repository. And you see these fortified stone doors and the narrow slits for that remind you of where archers might stay.
This looks like a final stand. Last line. There are doors.
Yeah, the doors are, you see them. They're the ones that have the slits
Gotcha.
For arrows.
for arrows.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard. It's just the fact that they were doors didn't click.
Yep.
Should we knock?
I think that's a good idea. Bracken, go knock.
Now, these doors, by the time that you're seeing them, they're about 50 feet away from you.
Well, we gotta come up with a plan, voice in my head.
I'm just letting you guys know, if you are moving, how much space you need to cover.
Alright.
You hear it too?
Yeah, of course I hear it.
Been so scared to say anything about
I was under the impression we all heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so scared. I'm
Alright.
so glad we could talk about it as a group now.
Okay. Are you crying?
No!
Alright. Okay, here we go.
Oh boy.
We're good.
If-
We're good.
Can you just?
Alright. If it's gotta come up, let it come up. And
No,
I'll just pat him on the back. Just. It's okay. Let it all out.
No.
Don't know me.
alright, let's if you're good, then let's keep on.
So you make for the doors?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Carefully.
How does carefully look?
I'm gonna lift my foot up 6 inches from the ground. No, it's just careful steps. Keeping my eye out for traps.
Okay. As you keep your eye out for traps, you soon feel drained, almost, of energy. And Z would also feel this. And then you would... Who amongst you... I've got DM privileges. I can answer this question myself.
Well, that's an invasion of privacy.
I marked my character
can
sheet as
ask me a
private.
question.
Yeah, and I've got DM privileges.
That's
Wow, I
uncool.
thought you would respect that.
Oh.
I was wrong.
Avi's top.
We should unionize.
Oh my god.
But unfortunately, 16 is not quite enough to catch this.
Wow, look at that.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Phase metagaming.
Oh my god.
Who is at the lead of your group?
I mean, me
Probably-
and Avi went in
yeah.
first.
Great.
Fair.
Um,
I would say Bracken's more toward the back, tiptoeing in his Jordans.
I need, Z then to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Great. That's gonna be 28 points of psychic damage.
I'm down.
We're rolling initiatives.
Oh no.
I'm dead.
You're only unconscious. It's fine.
Why wouldn't it change my die?
Did you refresh your page?
I did. Like twice.
Maybe it just wants you to roll with the green dice.
I guess, but those are locals.
I know.
Let me just. Okay, now it's fixed.
Alright, so
Did we see what shot out?
Nope.
Oh.
Where's Z's initiative roll?
Oh, I'm dead, but okay.
You still have to make death saves.
Okay, 17 for initiative.
Thank you. Which means that, oh, Z goes first. How lovely.
Wow.
And then Cecil. And then after that, we've got Bracken. And then Avi. And then whatever just happened. So, we will start with Z. You are unconscious. Can you roll me a death saving throw?
Yeah. That is a 2 on the die.
Oh.
That is unfortunately a failure. Z, what was the last thought you had before you went down?
Oh god. Uh-oh. I think that they knew that something, just based on the environment, that something was most likely gonna happen. And that they're glad they're the one down and not the others.
Angst there, we love it.
Oh.
Cecil. It's your turn.
Cecil, not knowing what's gonna happen, is going to run and slide over to Z and feed a potion of greater healing.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
I roll it.
You roll it.
That's gonna be 14.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Bracken.
Yeah.
You see Z went down by something. And then Cecil ran in. You don't see what's going on. What would you like to do?
Can I make a perception check to see what hurt C or Z?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait. Oh, come on.
Oh.
This area's
We're doing
empty.
it.
Bracken's gonna be running into the room and his head's gonna be on a swivel, but it's gonna be too quick of a swivel to really pick anything up.
Okay. Avi,
And he's
Yeah.
gonna he's gonna hold action in case.
perception is an action.
Oh right, never mind then. He's just gonna be ready.
Okay.
but
Avi,
not with any.
it's your turn.
We'll reach down and cast a 4th level Cure Wounds with the Staff of Healing on Z.
So, as you try to do that, it does not go through. You do not feel any magical connection to the staff. The staff feels normal, and that's when you kind of realize that sort of sensation you had been feeling before. You are not connected to magic currently at this time.
Oh. Z,
Yes.
you and I are in trouble.
Baby.
And I'm gonna try and find somewhere to hide out of sight.
Okay. You've already used your action.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of looking around at this moment.
Yeah.
But good to know. It's our guardian's turn.
Or I need to mute myself.
And as you are unsure of what's happening here, Cecil, you are in front of Z, correct?
Yep.
Great. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And that is going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And what is your passive perception?
12.
12. I'll say 12 is enough here. You don't see anything. Of course you felt it as it struck you. That was physical. That was pure bludgeoning damage right there. And then you kind of see that there's a bit of a distortion in the not quite light down here, as it is dark. No, I believe Z had cast light last session, so there would be light. So yeah, you can see a distortion of light here. Perhaps something's invisible.
All right.
That was its first attack.
Oh no.
That is a 21 with its second.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Because this is an attack coming from a visible source, can I use a reaction or no?
It depends on the wording of the reaction.
That's fair. Okay. Pat, never mind.
Okay.
Because I read the first 5 words. Thanks.
All right. Then that is going to be,
No, wait, I read it wrong.
Oh!
It's just if me or a creature I can see within 5 feet is hit by an attack, I can roll to add to my AC.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I would like to do that.
So,
So I get, my AC is 26.
hell yeah. Then, with that, the 21 misses, and you don't take any further damage.
That's good.
And that's it for our guardian. And Z,
Yes.
it's your turn. Oh. Oh, now that I'm
So-
thinking about things.
So now
That potion wouldn't have worked. We'll say glitch in the matrix.
So now we have an issue because as an artificer, no, I still would use magic. That's how I power all my garbage. So I can't use my claw arm because in my mind that's... Oh god. Okay. Oh, there's so much going through my head right now. Uh-oh. Hmm. May I use my dragon wing short bow?
It just counts as a regular short bow.
Okay. I just gotta hit this thing. If I
Alright.
can-
Well, okay, just check something here. So... Okay, yeah, so go ahead, with a, you do technically have disadvantage because this is an invisible creature.
Okay, I will re-roll with disadvantage then. Still at 17 for disadvantage.
17. 17 just hits.
Okay. It's only gonna be 6 damage.
Oh. Oh, this is... So... unfortunately, you are unable to see whether or not it takes the full effect of your damage or not. But it seemed like you hit something based on the sound your arrow made.
Okay, and then how that door that we were at, is it still closed or?
Yeah. So, like,
Okay.
you entered in through a open tunnel space, and the door that
Okay.
you were trying to get to, that this thing seemed to interrupt on your way over, it is closed.
Okay. I was gonna use my movement to get closer so that next turn I could try and see if I could start getting it open, but never mind. That's all for my turn.
You could always try and get closer. I won't stop that.
Okay, then I will get a little bit closer. However much movement.
Great. How much movement speed do you have?
30.
So unfortunately, as you move, you do move out of the range of this creature. And it will take an attack of opportunity at you.
Well, hold on.
That's what I was concerned
Hold
about.
on.
I knew it.
You had to stand up from. You were prone.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
It would be half movement, which would make it 25 feet.
15.
15.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I did that math wrong in my head. Then... Oh my god, anyway I move, if I turn behind, if I move to the side, it's gonna still provoke an attack of opportunity.
Is that true?
Have I been playing Baldur's Gate 3 too much? Maybe, but it... okay. Uh-oh.
I will remind Z that you were struck mentally. You did not get hit physically.
Yes. Okay, okay.
So where you currently stand, we won't say that you moved yet. From where you currently stand, you don't feel entirely threatened. Because you were hit by a ranged attack.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now I understand. Then I just don't know where to move because...
You don't have to move if you don't want to.
Okay.
If you don't want to use your movement, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Cecil, we come to your turn.
Okay. Do I still have sight on that shimmery distortion?
Somewhat, yes.
And it's in melee range with me, right?
It is.
I'm going to swing at it. Is it still disadvantage?
It would be, yes.
And my +1 Warhammer doesn't get the +1, yeah?
Correct.
Then that would be a 18.
18 will hit.
That's going to be 8 damage.
It's hard to say if this creature takes it in full or not.
As I swing the second time, I'm going to yell out, there's something invisible in front of me. Did it make a noise when I hit it?
Yeah, there's like a thud.
Okay, cool. Right here. And I'll swing again.
Okay.
Alright, that one's not going to hit. 12.
Oh, yeah, that one whiffs in the air.
Or 11, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to use Second Wind.
Okay. Bracken,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Is there a better sight picture on this creature, or is it still eluding us in this case?
It's still invisible, but Bracken, you did hear where Cecil said that it's right in front of him.
Got it. I will make moves over to Cecil, and attempt to flank this. Can I look at the floor? We've hit it with an arrow, right? Can I see if there's any blood on the floor beneath it?
There does not appear any blood.
I'll just go ahead and try to make swings at this creature.
All right, you do have disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh.
18 is good. Ooh, that's gonna miss.
There you go.
All right, I do want to check something here real quick about Monk.
Okay.
Okay, so this actually won't be affected by the special mechanics here. Your attacks are still considered magical.
Let's go.
And so the two that will strike as you as your hand cuts against it, it feels like stone or metal of some sort, but you do feel that you have done some damage here. And it does not feel like it's been reduced in any way. And as Bracken, your turn comes to an end, Avi,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
Well, I don't have magic, and that's a problem.
It is.
I'll run up. It's so stupid, but I'll run up next to where Bracken and Cecil are, and I'll take a swing with my rapier. That's an 8.
Unfortunately, you don't feel any contact.
Oh, well. That's normal.
Anything else from Avi?
No.
Great, it's our guardian. And let's see. It's gonna go for Avi. Can you make for me a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm. The 19.
Oh, that's beautiful. You will take half as much damage.
Okay.
Ooh, and that's a low roll. So instead of 14 points of damage, you take 7. Psychic.
I like that. Okay.
And that's it for the Guardian. Z, we come to your turn.
Yes. So, I was going to see if I could cast, oh, what was it? Animate Dead, but it's, I can't cast anything.
I'm such an idiot. Oh no.
You know what isn't magical that could possibly get a good hit in is my bad news. I'm going to pull out, I'm gonna kind of switch out, like, sort of like, okay, this isn't working, put away my the short bow and pull out my bad news, and I'm gonna try and take a shot at whatever this thing is, especially because everybody is gathered near it now.
You still have disadvantage because it is still invisible.
Yes. I got you. 18.
That hits.
9 damage total.
It's hard to say for sure if this creature took the full amount of your damage.
Okay, and I'm going to use my movement to get closer to the door, but to also possibly get away from whatever this thing is.
So you move closer to the door,
Yeah.
you will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I just figured this out. Okay.
So that's going to be a 27 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and
Oh.
as you're essentially closed line, that's going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
And I'm down again.
Can I use my? How far was Z from me when they got hit?
Z was running out of range, so would be over 5 feet away from you.
Okay.
Z hits the ground. And that's the end of Z's turn. Cecil, it's your go.
All right. That probably happened behind me then, and I may not have seen. I might have heard.
No, it would have happened in front of you, because
Oh, in front of me.
Yeah, Z was trying to run towards the door.
Towards the door. Got it. Okay. Well, I'll swing again.
Okay.
Oh my god, I am so dumb.
22.
Why did I do that?
23 will make impact.
This will be for 5 damage.
Okay.
And the second one misses.
Unfortunately, that is a miss, correct. Brecken,
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
we'll be coming to your turn. Z is on the ground again. You've got something in front of your fists. You still can't see it. It's still invisible.
Well, we will make a go for it. All the same, based on my punches and where Cecil is there a way that I can finagle flanking in this?
I'm going to say... roll for me a D100. And if you are...
14, that's pretty good, right?
I was going to give you a 25% chance, so yeah.
Let's go.
You get into a flank.
Yeah, that means I roll normal. Don't do this to me.
Oh no!
Hey everyone, it's been a real good night.
The
I'm
18
gonna head
hits.
out. Y'all stay safe.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Ooh. So upsetting. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Oh, and even your dice for damage gave you a 1.
Yeah, that one really just, grabbed and tugged.
Alrighty, Avi, it's your go.
I am going to turn and dash back the way we came.
That's going to... Oh, no, it's already used its reaction, so
Yeah.
you're good. And as you move back, you get about 30 feet away from where you were with your speed, and you can kind of feel that connection to magic back.
As soon as I feel that, I'll stop and turn back.
Okay.
And because I dashed, that's my turn. I will send a bardic to Cecil.
So, because Cecil is in the area,
Because he's in there, he can't use it.
my god!
it doesn't reach him. As it passes into that area, it becomes null.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh my goodness. Bye. What do you want from me? I'm trying.
You are trying, and I applaud that. You're doing great.
No. No.
It doesn't seem like it.
I'm freaking out right now.
Don't worry, it's fine. Trust your DM. It's our creatures go. the Guardian. And it's gonna take a slam attack towards Bracken and a slam attack towards Cecil. That is a 26 to hit Bracken.
I mean, yeah.
And that's going to be for... Oof, that's pretty rough. That'll be 12 points of bludgeoning. And then that is a natural 1 to hit Cecil.
Yeah.
What the hell?
This thing has advantage and it got a natural 1. What do you expect? What do you want?
What do
Z,
you want from me?
Z, you are unconscious. Please make for me another death saving throw.
Do I have to restart all of my death saving throws?
Yes, so you start with no fail.
Gotcha. Oh.
Well, it's only 1 failure, so with that, what was the last thought that went through your mind, C?
Still just... It's still just... We gotta get through this door, but... It's impossible.
Cecil, it's your turn.
Yep. How far away, if I had to navigate around this thing, is Z's unconscious body?
About maybe 10 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at this thing twice. Just straight roll since we're flanking now, yeah?
That is correct.
18.
17.
Yeah, that. 5 damage.
Yep.
And then another 13 damage.
2
12 damage.
thuds against this thing. Hard to say how much damage it took. Can't see it, but...
I would like to now move over to where Z's body is.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Then, if you are moving over to where Z's body is, then you are going to end up, moving out of range, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Oh no.
Which is going to be at 27.
That'll hit.
And that will be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thank you.
Bracken, you are no longer in a flank.
No. So I'm taking. I have to assume Cecil moved because the creature, correct?
You don't know. Cecil moved and is now next to Z, who's on the ground.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna go for some swings and see what we can do here, just in case.
Okay. Oof. That hits.
Okay, cool.
Well, that unfortunately misses.
11.
11 points go through.
All right. And has this is a weird question. Has this thing seemed like it can understand common?
You don't know. No one seems to have really tried communicating with it.
As a bonus action, I will attempt to communicate with it. and I will use my taunt feature. I need a wisdom saving throw from the creature if it speaks common. And I'm gonna call it a big dumb invisible dummy, and that it should really grow a pair and show itself.
How do you feel about an 18 on that save?
Ooh, okay.
Right. And with that, we're going to head off to our first ad break, and we'll come back with Avi's turn in combat. Before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They're very important to us here at Wildewitch RP. They help keep our games affordable, but if you would like to directly support us, you can always make a donation to my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen. Ko-fi donations not just support us at Wildewitch RP, they also unlock awesome perks to our entire community, benefiting everyone who plays with us for the next month. Currently, all of our perks have been unlocked, but you can always donate to help us out more. Stick around, we will be right back to continue our combat and our story. Alright, we're back. And as we are returning, Avi, it is your turn in combat.
Okay, great. I'm torn between two things. But I feel like gathering information is important right now. So I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Let me just check to see something here real quick, because you will see stuff.
Yeah.
I just need to know what you'd see. But there's about like a 30-foot radius sphere that seems to radiate magic. And it seems to be of abjuration.
Okay. And because I know that Bracken's been landing hits on this thing, and I know roundabouts where it is, does it seem like that's at the center of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I'll share that. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, I'll share that, and that'll be my turn.
All right. It's our guardian, and our guardian will. Bracken, you're the one that's immediately in range. 2 attacks are going to be coming towards you.
Okay.
That first one is a 16.
No.
But the second one is a 28.
Yes.
And that is going to be for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
It could have been worse.
Ooh.
Then we have Zeev. We come back to your turn. You are still unconscious. Can you make me another death saving throw?
Yes. Oh my god.
That is 1 success. What is a thought or memory from Z's life that would come to them in this moment?
As they're laying there, I think it's like we're kind of seeing like a very like bloody, bruised Z just laying there, like all their guts and all just everything in a gory, bloody mess. And they are just staring up at whatever ceiling there is to this place, and they have almost like a vision of their mentor in their accident. They see after that, like almost like that vision disappear, and then a hand reaching through it, almost like fog, and almost like a voice, just like, it's okay.
Okay. As you have that thought, Cecil, it's your turn.
Is it an action to pick Z up? Or is it a bonus?
Depends. What are you wanting to do here?
Drag and or carry them to Avi.
I would say that if you are trying to move Z, like drag, pull them, that it would not necessarily be an action to grab them, but you will be moving at half speed to pull them and get them somewhere else, even if it's like halfway on you.
Cool. How far is Avi from where Z and I are now?
30 feet. Well, no. Avi ran 30 feet, and Z ran that. So closer to about 40 feet.
Okay. I will drag Avi, or Z 12 and a half feet towards Avi.
Alright. That's movement.
And my action. Right?
No, you're moving at half speed. So 12 and a half feet is half speed.
Oh, okay. Then can I use my action to dash?
You could.
I will do that.
So that'll get you 25. Yeah?
Yes. And then I would like to action surge
Okay.
and dash again and deposit Z with Avi, and then I should have 10 feet to run back, and I will do that.
Alright, so you'd be about 4 feet away, Avi, from Z on the ground. Because it's still half speed, so you only get the 12.5 again.
But I dashed.
Right. So you dashed, which doubles
Yep.
your movement, but you move at half speed.
25 and 25. Yep.
So you had the 12 that you did originally, and then the next one because you move at half speed, and then the other one because you dash. It doesn't reset your thing, so you'd only have the 3.
Okay, I thought that my action was to dash on the first one.
Right.
What was my action to pick?
No, your action dashed. So you moved your speed, and then you dashed, which got you that 25 speed because you're moving at half speed. And then you action surged, dashed again, but you only got that same half speed.
I see.
So
Okay, then I haven't run back because I didn't get all the way there.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but you're close. You're about 3.5 feet away.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Bracken,
Yes.
you got something in front of you.
Yes, I do. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna get that. Bagap. Bow.
Ah,
15?
15 unfortunately doesn't hit, and neither will the 16. You were close though. Anything else from Bracken?
No.
You don't need.
Action, bonus action.
Okay. Avi,
Mm-hmm.
you see where Cecil's trying to bring Z over to you.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
Z, I need you to hold in there, bud. I'm gonna get you in a minute. I'm gonna scan the slots in the door,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if there's anybody who could have cast this spell
Give me a
back there.
perception check.
Oh gosh. That's a 10.
They're very thin slots. It's hard to see
Mm.
anyone through them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Our guardian is going to take 2 more attacks at Bracken.
No.
That is a 13.
Nope.
And a 14.
Nope.
And Bracken, you remain unstruck.
Beautiful.
And it's at this point you would all hear a word called out. And you can't quite make out the details of it, but it seems to cause whatever you were fighting to stop. And the doors you can hear are starting to open. You are no longer bound by initiative. And
If that's the case, I'm gonna pull I got a potion
okay.
of greater healing
Okay.
in the bag of holding, and I'll give it to Z.
All right. Strangely enough, it seems that strange magic is gone, and you are able to
Great.
actually do this.
Oh, so 17.
See, you are up with 17 HP. And it's at this point that you would hear a figure from the door call out, "All right, who are you?"
My name's Avi.
Bracken's keeping his fists up. Talk to this person, but there's a small lull in combat, so.
Are you Varro?
It's not a safe question for me to answer if it is true or false.
How do you know?
Because I know Varro.
We don't want to hurt him.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'd love to. That's 20.
No matter your intentions, this is not a conversation fit for having outside the walls. Your companion, can they stand or do they need assistance?
Cecil's trying to help Z get to their feet.
I think it really hurt a lot. Oh God.
We'll get you
I
fixed
think
up.
I think I'm okay. I think I could make it.
They can walk.
And get inside. Quickly. And this figure will stand to the side.
Move in.
As
I'll
you
help.
as you pass by this figure, go ahead, roll for me perception checks.
Oh man.
Z and Bracken would notice this. Even with the sort of hood pulled up on this figure's cloak, there's just a sort of distortion about the figure's presentation. Perhaps not all is as it meets the eye. But you enter in, and you would notice that this figure is not alone. Inside there are other, you see adventurers in this main area. They have weapons. It looks ready for a fight. And you can tell some are alive, some are dead, and some might be in between.
What is this place?
That's not important to you.
I mean, we're here. It's a little important.
The Minotaur will kind of snort. They said it's not important to you.
Then it's not important. Oh, when we were told of this place, we were told of a statue, but the statue was busted. We would have sent word that we were coming.
One of the figures, sort of dressed in shadow. Roll a persuasion check as this figure is looking at you a little bit more intensely.
27.
This one is not concealing truths. And while they speak of intending to talk, they do not speak of intending upon conversation. Grim is correct. One who seems to be of the undead state. You can see almost half the face sort of blown away, exposing musculature and bone. You arrived here. You knew of the statue. You have a purpose that you've not yet told of.
We need to speak to Varro.
Well, unfortunately, no one's speaking to Varro unless we know that you are not a danger. You may not wish to harm him, but could still be working for some nefarious agents. You see a sort of revenant figure in very well tended to armor.
Avi, do you have the orders that we found on the bodies?
I do. We were sent by the Watchers. But there are others that were sent by a more nefarious group, as you would say.
And we came to warn him.
No, we did not.
Can I roll performance and or deception?
I'm not lying to these people.
You can roll a deception here, Z.
God, if this goes, dice treat me well.
There is some shifting on feet. The Minotaur snorts again. eyes very intently on Z. Especially as Avi's sort of contradiction words come through.
Watchers want Varro. Apparently, he owes a debt. But the others that we passed were sent to kill him. That is the orders that we speak of. The ones we found on the bodies. We don't wish to harm Varro. But we do need him to come with us.
The original figure, the one that had the cloak out. Why don't we converse in an area where you'd be more comfortable? It seems you have quite a story to share. Your friend could do with the rest. Immediately the Minotaur's sort of furious gaze turns from Z to this other figure. Can't be serious. Thug. Stand down. With another snort, this figure will storm off. The one that has the half blown off face. His emotions get the best of him. He'll calm down in time. Can we escort you further into the enclave?
Please.
As you are brought in, you can see sort of off in the distance where Thok is sort of taking out his frustrations, but he does seem to eye where the group moves. You are brought into this almost tavern within the enclave. You are welcome to a temporary stay. This place is safe most of the time. There are several floors, and as long as the room doesn't have a sign on it, it should be available. You would notice that in this enclave itself, not just in the tavern, that there are many different almost translucent servants, and about 24 or so adventurers. And as he removes his hood, now in the safety of the tavern, that distortion sort of shifts, and you see an Azran figure with gray skin, blonde hair, and you think that this could be Vara. You were looking for an Azran figure.
So now that we're among safety, are you Varro?
I wouldn't say that we're among safety, or at least you're among safety. As long as you mean no harm to me, and that was true, you will be safe enough here.
If I meant you harm, you would have known it right off the bat.
As you said, there are people out there who wish me dead. And I am well aware. And other people that I've gotten on the bad side of, many more. I've spent too much of my life dabbling in things that should not be dabbled in. So, for safety purposes, you may assume that I am Vara, but I cannot answer for sure.
Alright, that's fair. Now on the subject of the Watchers.
They're still upset about the information I stole?
It seems that they are.
Yes. Would furious be over? Would it be hyperbole saying furious?
It was hard to tell. They're all kind of
Monotone.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's
Yes.
difficult, but based on their words, they seemed a little bit upset about it.
He kind of gives a nod to that. Yes, I understand how they can be.
If it makes you feel any better, they only want your soul.
Well, if I was earlier in my life, I might have given it to them. I had considered joining their ranks when my mortal life came to an end. What exactly was the bargain? They don't ever just do things one-sided.
They shared that if, and Avi, correct me if I'm wrong, they shared that if we gave them your soul, they would relieve us of our current ailments. All of us have it.
Well, not relieve us entirely, but we we all have veil burns, Skyfire crisis, and they have been volatile, and they have offered to help us calm them down.
Oh, I'm curious about that. Yes, I know a little bit about the Skyfire crisis. I kept up to some of the information. You are connected to the veils through these marks. It must have felt quite a disturbance when that salvation key was destroyed.
Yeah, we know all about that.
And you see, like, his eyes sort of turn back to you. There's a question in them.
Now, you can't be the only one withholding information. There are things I'd like to keep close to our chests.
Fine, that's more than what is your right. It's just intriguing. The reason I left is the reason why, or tied to the reason you came. The universe is too wide for coincidences to have any further meanings in all cases.
Exactly how I feel.
What? You've been civil enough, though a bit deceitful, as he looks over to Z. And if you are here in regards to the the Salvation Key and Skyfire crisis, perhaps we can find some compromise.
I certainly hope so.
I hope so too, as well.
I will. This is all hypothetical. Putting an idea on the table. We can discuss how you feel about certain things. We discuss how I feel about certain things. I quite like the freedom that I have in my research. Though I do understand the dangers that are waylaid against me. Though I do have friends and emotions around that also care about my safety. The knowledge that I stole from the Watchers, I will return some of it. And go without issue. However, like the Watchers, I do not do anything for free. If I go without any issue, perhaps even try to smooth over some of the bad blood between me and those three good old friends. I want your help. I've been cursed. You see?
You know by whom?
The same people you want to take me back to.
Figures.
Lovely Watchers they are, aren't they? Now, it might not actually be the Watchers, but some connections are much too coincidental. I steal the knowledge, I am afflicted with a dark malady, and now I am kept in between life and death, unable to reach my full abilities.
You come with us and we help you break your curse.
I come with you without any fight, with ease. Make your job a lot easier to complete. And you help me break my curse.
I think breaking curses is something that could, though difficult, I think it could easily be done. I think this is fair.
See, have you
Sorry.
ever been cursed?
I will also say, if anyone would like to roll for me an insight check here.
We checking if he's lying.
No.
Okay.
We're checking if we're lying to ourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would still have advantage.
Bracken and Avi, a lot of the success of this ploy, this bargain that Varro is putting on the table, hinges on your ability to persuade or deceive the Watchers, as it is only part of the payment. He's not giving back all the information. You can, of course, try to go forward with it, see if you can pit yourselves against the Watchers, outwit them. Or you can try and renegotiate with Varro. Something that might not put your payment in jeopardy.
Now, I like what you're saying, mostly. But there is a chance that could go wrong. And then all we've done coming to the repository to find you would have been for nothing. Sure, we get you back there, but then we don't. Our end isn't fulfilled. Or the Watcher's end. Anyway. I'm not saying it's not worth a try.
We would just need to be unbelievably careful about what we say and how we do this. Or come up with another option.
What other option would you like? Would you suggest?
Is there anyone among your group who could...
Who could what? Fill my shoes? No, my debts are mine alone. These figures here are allies, friends. Ones who care about me. And I them. They're here to keep me safe. And the figures that you've picked up orders from, physically, the Watchers, though, I guess a little bit of them as well, should you have come more fist forward as he looks over towards Bracken.
Oh, you mean me?
I was able to witness some of your capabilities in battle.
That's what I do.
I can tell. Take
Yeah.
the idea of payment off, at least on my end. In an ideal situation, what would you have me do to fulfill what you've been asked?
Well, if I remember correctly, they wanted something along the lines of turning you in, but you seem like a pretty cool guy. So I don't want to commit to that. See if I can't, or we can't figure something out one way or another about this.
That's why I ask of your ideal situation. If we can find out the ideal, we can find out what is workable. And what is workable can be put to a price.
Well, the ideal is we get our situation fixed where our crazy magic stuff doesn't kill us no more.
Correct.
And you walk out of here scot-free, and we all go about our own business.
Unfortunately, my understanding, however, is that the Watchers want me. And that is why you've been sent. So I don't
Yes.
walk away scot-free.
Well, no, again, I'm just saying that's the ideal.
I'm not talking about the ideal for me. I'm talking about the ideal in your situation.
No, that's my ideal. I don't mind you.
I do take pleasure in hearing that. But that's not how we will be able to get anywhere on our business matters now, is it?
Suppose not. So what do you recommend in this case then? Since it
I'm
doesn't
not
seem like there's
sure.
a budgeable.
Well, no. I'm asking what would be ideal for you. I just walk in with you all, hand over my entire self. Hardly something I'd quite like to do. At one point I did, of course, see myself joining their ranks and numbers. If I'm quick enough with the tongue, I may be able to still achieve such a fate. But where does that leave me in terms of payment? That's what I'm saying.
You'd certainly be stuck there.
Exactly. So, find out what your ideal me in this scenario would be. If it is the example I've just given, then that's easy enough to work from. Or something else. But once you know what you would like of me, I can work on what I would like of you, if it is a suitable course of action. Why don't we let you discuss this amongst your group over dinner? And don't worry about any charges, it's all on me. With that, Varro will stand up. And you can see, of course, there are different servants around that you could call forward. They're phantasmal, so they don't really have any sort of true details to their visuals, just sort of impressions of details, and place any sort of orders. It doesn't seem that there's a true menu here. But Varro doesn't go far, he just seems to attend to different matters. But it does allow you some semblance of a privacy amongst your group.
It's not quite how I saw this going.
I felt very conversation.
I don't want to take away his freedom. I have to be honest.
I mean, what he's proposing is it's doable. I mean, I can talk my way out of just about anything, but I don't know. I'm afraid the Watchers will just see right through it.
Yes, they are very perceptive entities.
Did he mentioned that he would come with, but he didn't want to give up all of his information, right?
Yeah,
We don't care about his information. The Watchers
they
want his
do.
soul.
The reason why the Watchers want his soul is because of the information he stole. You could probably insight back that they want the information from the soul and extract it.
So even if we leave all this information behind, physically they would have it in his soul. So,
Maybe that's what we play on.
yes, and it's a flaw in the. Why didn't I see this all along? See, I knew when they asked us it was strange of what they were asking us, but now, especially with everything we've learned, it makes a lot more sense. But he would be trapped.
He
We came
wouldn't,
here.
though.
So,
He has the information.
yes.
His soul has the information. They would take that from his soul, and then we can work to free him from there. We just have to convince him to give
Exactly.
up all of the information.
Exactly.
That's
Then I
going to be the
guess,
tricky part.
yes, that will be the tricky part. Unless maybe there could be. There could be a few that also have some information. No, never mind.
I think this is as good a plan as any to counter his offer. We can work off of this.
Yeah. Uh, Yes, so I guess we just try and convince him to give it all up. Or at least the information.
And if the Watchers get the information and we've got our help and we feel not great about the situation and how it's playing out, who's to say that we have to follow through with helping this thief?
Z kind of looks at Cecil. You have a really good point there.
I don't think you do.
No, but let's
I
just.
don't feel right about that. Preemptively saying if it don't work out for him, then that's on him. We're the ones who brought him there.
Yeah,
And we told him that we would help him.
and Thief's a bit of a strong.
Someone who craved for knowledge, if that's even the right way of putting it.
I think if we say we're going to do something, then that's what we ought to do. We don't go back on that.
But sometimes people. When someone has the taste of freedom, it's hard to take it away from them.
I don't think we're taking that away from him. If he gives up all the information, that's what they want.
Then we should. And
If we can
this is
convince
this is
him,
this is just me clarifying. We tell them that all they take from his soul is the information, but leave just everything else. That's all they need. They're not just.
all he stole information, they
Yes,
want it back. If they
yes,
get all of it, then we can work on getting him back out of there, back
yeah,
here.
yes. That is what I was saying. We tell them just take the information from his soul, but
Roll for me
leave him
Arcana
free.
or Insight here, for anyone overhearing the conversation.
Oh God.
Avi and Cecil. Varl is not dead. You understand that an extraction of information from the soul would have to remove the soul from the body, which means that he would have to be no longer part of the living. His curse that he is currently inflicted of keeps him close to death, but he is still technically alive. So, if you are to have them extract the soul from the body, you may be looking at something more akin to a resurrection rather than perhaps some sort of negotiation to free him from any sort of binding situation.
We have Euraxibus with us, correct?
Correct.
And
And-
Natriana.
And Natriana.
I also have. I can revive. I have Revivify, I believe. It'll help, but it won't do a lot.
Um,
I'll just
Is
have to
that-
be close to him. I'll have to be close to him, along with Lady Euraxibus and Natriana. So that when and if all three of us will be closest, so we can do.
all I need to know. I get that you have Revivify. That's great. Can we bring him back if that happens?
Yeah, that might be a weird. I don't know how. I'm not good with magic at all, but I think if you take a part of something away from it, then you're not going to be able to put it all back together. It's kind of like a puzzle piece or a broken vase.
I will say, as I asked this, I was looking directly at Euraxibus because I feel like she would know more than anyone.
That's the tricky thing with these magics, is that they rely on the soul. Your revivify is a special case, what they would call the power of the entities you are going against. Revivify is a fairly low effort spent in the grand scheme of things. There are initiates who can learn it. You gambling with the soul. If at any point it no longer belongs to Varro, it is not his willingness that the spell will look for. It is the owner of the soul.
So we would still need to convince them to let.
If you take a route where it is more reliant upon the soul rather than the person.
Okay, right now this is still purely hypothetical.
Correct.
And hypothetically, if we convince them to release his soul after they get the information, could you bring him back? Magic like that is out of my reach.
I do not have such capabilities, but I might know someone who would, but payments and debts for magic at a higher cost and such the like.
Of course.
What is this world without trade?
No, I get that.
Does he know that we found those orders? That might help convince him.
Yes, we told him about
Yeah.
those.
I feel like people are gonna keep coming for him, so this might be his best chance.
This is real tricky. I just want to make sure before we bring it to him that we have our ducks in a row and we have a plan.
Seems to be our best shot.
All right.
You take the invitation of a meal when Varro had left to kind of sort of put time between the very tense conversations.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Could you bite?
Yeah, you can order literally anything. These are magical creations here. So as you put in your orders and as your food will come out, this is where we will take our next ad break. And afterwards, well, some interesting conversations, I'm sure. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They're very important to us here at Wildewitch RP. If you want to help us out more directly, you can also always make a donation to my Ko-fi. Link for that's on screen. Ko-fi donations not just support us at Wildewitch RP, they also unlock awesome perks for the entire community. These perks benefit everyone who plays with us for the next month, including special companions, double treasure, double XP, even new quests. So stick tight. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. And why don't we say that as we are returning is when your meals are coming out? Why don't we see what everyone has ordered? Racket?
Bracken really wanted to put this to the test when he heard he could order anything. And he's went ahead and ordered his favorite Mummy's Wraps orders, which is going to be a burrito with carnitas and chicken, black beans, white rice, corn salsa, and lots of cheese.
It's missing the printed tinfoil wrap, but everything else is the same.
1-to-1, tastes exactly like it.
Yeah.
Bracken will give a nod of approval and be a little impressed by this.
They even have that the signature like charcoal tortilla where it's a little dark. It looks
Very
black.
well done.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to share what they got next? Why don't we get Cecil?
Cecil's going with a spicy basil fried rice.
Ooh.
No protein.
No protein. Comes out just how you expected it.
Just 2 over easy eggs on top.
Cecil, I don't know if you know that, but eggs are a protein.
Yeah, I know. I switched.
Okay.
He changed his mind last minute as it was coming out.
As it comes out, like, and you're like, where's the 2 eggs? And the spectral phantom servant just walks back into the kitchen, and like a minute later, you've got the 2 eggs.
Yeah, that was on me. My bad.
And then Avi, what did you order?
Avi is of the. She prescribes to. Breakfast is an all-day food. So she's ordered blueberry pancakes.
Oh yeah,
Big
All-star
dollop of whipped
breakfast.
cream on top.
100%. Here
She
for it.
deserves it.
She does.
Hash brown, smothered, covered, well done.
Do not bring that place here. This is sanctuary.
Cecil
Oh,
starts
boy.
cracking his knuckles.
Oh my gosh. And Z, what was the meal you would have gotten?
I also got Mummy's Wraps.
Hell yeah.
But mine is just a honking burrito with like almost everything on the menu. Because I'm a psychopath and I just will eat all of it.
Look, if it's good, it's good. So yeah, all of your meals come out. Natriana keeps it simple. She's gonna end up getting just you know what? She keeps it simple, but it's a luxury simple. She ends up getting a steak. Steak and a salad.
And a salad. Someone's eating healthy.
Yeah, do you not eat vegetables, Bracken?
Can I look and see if it's like a Cobb salad or something ridiculous?
It's just a house salad.
Alright. I got greens in here.
Uh-huh, I'm sure. And Natriana kind of gives, like, a dubious, glance.
There's fruit on my plate.
See, now I believe her.
They're blueberry pancakes. What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you, Bracken. I thought we got through it on this.
Eat your steak.
Yeah, and you eat your mummy's wrap. Natriana just goes, like, you can hear, like, the muttering as she, like, cuts up her steak.
Bracken huffs and turns his back to her as he just dives into this thing.
I forget that I hate the way you described this.
Hold 2 hands, one on either side, and it's like Saturn eating his son, but with a burrito.
Now, Bracken, there are other people at the table.
Well, you all can look away. I'm doing my business.
I plan to.
Your activist
He's
only
looking at
has
look away.
a.
You just see a little bit of sour cream at the side of Z's mouth. It's like, can you all just shut up, please? I just want to enjoy this.
Yeah, your activist only has a glass of sangria, and it's just got like the little fruit cocktail inside of it. And she takes a sip. It seems not looking in the direction of Bracken's side of the table. But you would notice that some of the other adventurers that are in this part of the tavern in Enclave Sanctuary are just staring at Bracken.
What? I'm hungry. It's been a long day. As he just goes, his face will push the tinfoil away with the next bite.
Can I get a perception check based on hearing?
For who?
Anyone?
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, none of you end up picking up on this.
That's fine.
Not Triana, however, excuse me for just one moment, guys. And she'll head over to one of the other tables and she'll put down what looks to be some coins. After talking to them, and then returns. Alright, so, that's done. Recap on the plan.
With Helvaro, our ideal is for him to give up all of the information. And we convince them to let him go. The Watchers, I mean. And then we go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Picks up a tomato with her fork, jams it onto a bite of the steak. After you finish your meals, some of you more clean than others.
Bracken's clean.
corn?
As soon
Is
as
that
he's finished
corn
up,
in your hair?
he's gone through and
And it's
licked his fingers clean.
There is a
It's-
piece of corn in your hair, Bracken.
Yeah, he's gonna dust it over here, pick it out, and
it's
You got
as
salt up to your elbows, man.
as Bracken is doing this cleaning routine that one of the other adventurers comes over, having been sort of pushed over by the others at the table. It's the same table you saw Natriana speak to earlier. Quick question for your friend here as he's looking at Bracken.
yeah, shoot.
Were you raised by wolves?
Bracken cold cocks this guy.
Can you give me an attack roll?
Oh,
12 to hit.
Unfortunately,
Surprised?
yeah. Surprise just means that he can't act. A 12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Fine, I'll swing on him.
But he does move back, and hands up. It was just a question, sorry!
You get out of here. You get.
I'm so sorry.
He's very sensitive about his eating habits.
Alright, well, guys, I think that's a yes! I think we win the bet! Not Triana, just glaring over at Bracken.
What, you bet on me?
I knew that you weren't raised by wolves, so I bet against the fact. But your attitude just there proved it.
Well, okay, we'll wait till we go to bed and we'll get your money back. It's not a big deal.
We're
It-
not stealing from these people.
Yeah, it's not the fact that
Not
it's-
Triana's money.
it's not the fact that I put my money down because I thought, you know, for a fact that you might at least give a decent answer.
This is Bracken we're talking about.
I understand, but I knew the truth. I just thought that maybe Bracken could be less Bracken for one answer.
Alright. Well, how much money did you lose?
It was only 3 gold, but I was gonna get
Alright.
more money.
I hope you've learned your lesson.
Yeah, don't trust Bracken.
Exactly. I'm just kidding, I trust you.
What's the vibe check in this dining hall after that?
It's much the same. A lot of staring at Bracken.
Not
A lot
really
of-
tense.
Yeah, it's not tense so much, but there's perhaps a little bit more wariness. You would notice the one thread of tension is from Thok the Minotaur that had an issue with you guys earlier, but he's not really in the tavern. But you have like he keeps an area where like there's always a visual on the party, unless you're like in the private rooms that were mentioned being up on the next levels. So like that's the only tension, which isn't really abnormal.
Can I go and sit down next to Thok?
He's not actually in the tavern. He just has a visual on you guys. He's out in the training areas.
Perfect. Can I go sit down next to him?
Sure.
Hey, what's up? He's really tall, right?
Yeah, he's like Minotaur. He's a large creature. He grunts. He doesn't even say anything.
I will reach into my pack and kind of motion to my bongos. You like bongos?
I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
Is it 10?
I'm not a fan of anything that diverts my attention.
Oh, alright, I'll leave.
You can just feel where he's watching you as you walk.
I'll look back at him and I'll notice that and I'll move my little legs faster.
Okay. When Cecil comes back, you can see that he was moving at a little quicker pace than a average walk.
I'll like climb back into my seat. Big guy back there, not so friendly. I tried to play bongos for him. He wasn't feeling it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, it's been a while.
He didn't want to hear you play bongos? Should I go talk to him?
Please don't.
No.
Also, I
No.
don't think you've ever heard me play bongos either.
Well, play bongos then.
I don't know if this is the time.
Maybe Varro likes bongos. Maybe we could ask him. Where is that guy anyway?
It's probably hiding.
I mean, yeah, he's got people that want to kill him.
Let's see if I can. I'm gonna get up and see if I can't find him.
Yeah, he's still in the tavern area. He's just on the other side of it. So, like, as soon as you stand up, you're able to see where he's sitting down.
I'll see if I can't catch his eye and wave him over.
Give me a performance check.
He asking me for a performance check.
You gotta do something to catch his eye.
Yeah.
You're able to, just sort of, as you do a bit of a wave, it does catch his eye in the peripheral. And he excuses himself from his current conversation and will come back to your table, and as he sits down. So, had time to rest some, eat, talk,
We have.
and what have you come to?
Our offer, much the same as yours. Although you agreed to give all of the information back, then we negotiate your soul back to you. And then, of course, revive you.
Revive me? What do you plan on taking my soul from my body? That might cost the, a higher penny, as they might
I
say.
don't plan on doing anything. This is worst case.
Worst case.
Mhm.
Oh, I do not like hearing those words.
Well, I don't like saying them.
Go ahead, roll me a persuasion check, please.
It's a 17.
If we are bringing worst cases into the equation, I'm going to have to up my price a bit. It's no longer just ridding me of a curse. I would like coin and a favor.
How much coin?
What was that?
How much coin?
He looks around at the figures that he has gathered here. 5,000 gold.
Now this is worst case.
This is because you have brought to me worst case. And now I must think about the worst case. And how much it would be worth dying. What is my soul worth? To
What
some,
about the favor?
that will be called in when I need it. You are putting out a risk of my soul being removed from my body into the custody of the Watchers, and then perhaps negotiating it back. I don't enjoy the sound of that. You must understand. So I want some assurances. A favor that I can call in on sometime when I need it. Of your whole group, not just one of you. I want everyone's. Great.
Do we even have that much coin?
Probably not even close.
I feel like I've said that before.
I mean, you still have other negotiations on the board. Like, he's just put together what he would put down. If you've got something that you think would be worth 5,000 gold,
Well, what about these Gezadul people that are trying to track you down? Surely that's of some concern to you.
it is. And they are upset that got away with something. But Guess a duel would not go against the Watchers. If they do, they are more unhinged. Even I thought them.
So you're suggesting that the Watchers sent them?
No, guess a duel acts on its own. I stole something from them. They want it back. But I'm suggesting that since you are from the Watchers, that perhaps I can make the... So long as you don't separate my soul from my body. He kind of narrows his eyes at your group. I can make something of the Watchers work for me. Guess a duel won't go against them. At least not that I thought. It's a potential, but...
We've got evidence that they're after you. Do you think they're separately after you?
I'm sure that they're separately after me. I stole something other than information from them.
Certainly quite the sticky fingers you have, huh?
Only for the important things in life. My research is important. It deals with things beyond what most people are comprehending. And sure, I may not be the most noble about going about my resources. But if I was really that bad of a person, would I have nearly 2,000 people here at my side?
Or maybe we could take
Did
some
I say
actions
2,000? I meant
to get the
2,000.
duel.
You did say 2,000.
I know. It was the 5,000 gold on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 dozen. Sorry.
Perhaps we could act against the Gezadu on your behalf, because if everything goes perfect with the Watchers, they may still be after you.
Roll a persuasion check.
$14.
And are you trying to use this to sweeten the pot? Stir up more trouble? Get more out of me? I am calculating the risks that I am taking here. Do you think that going after Gesidul is worth 5,000 gold?
Hmm? If it's your life that you're worried about, seems like a credible threat to it.
There's a credible threat that is already hanging over my life. I've not felt alive since finding solace here. Sanctuary.
So what's gonna stop the Gezadul from coming after you again and sending more?
It's not that's what's going to stop them. It's what's going to make them unsuccessful. The Watchers are powerful. They've been around for eons in some cases. If
The
Gezid...
Gezadul have already come once. What's gonna stop them from coming again?
I don't expect them to stop coming. I've never expected them to stop coming. But I'm taking a risk. If I go with my life to the Watchers, and if I perform as you all have asked me to, that perhaps I can turn whatever sort of sentence they hand to me into something that they'll keep me protected. You saw how much they were willing to do for a bit of information. If I'm still of use to them...
Once they get from you what they want, what use are you going to continue to serve?
We had a long relationship before my thieving acts. It's not just easily forgotten. Do any of you offer any other negotiations on payment?
I feel like full of pepper based on the last inter.
I didn't quite catch that.
I feel Bracken feels like, considering how everyone disliked his last interaction with individuals, he might want to bite his tongue on this conversation.
Avi feels like it's her fault that they're even in this situation because she's the one who brought it up, and ever since then she's been real quiet.
There have been a few ideas that pop into Z's head. One that just keeps popping up is it's betting their life on the line. Or it's basically just it's like another human soul for another soul, if that makes sense.
I understand the math you are utilizing, but I have no use of your soul. No offense.
I wasn't suggesting mine. Are there...
Let me rephrase that. The soul that I value most is my own. None quite compared to it. If you would, a question, not to you, guest, or host, but to my companions. The holdup is on the monetary side, correct?
We would need time to get that together.
Would that be suitable, Sir Varo? You do have this outstanding favor as part of the payment. Would you not be mindful of a allotted time for your negotiators to provide payment? How much time do you think you would need?
A week, maybe 2. Need to get a hold of some people.
Yeah, that's a Strevengar amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to get me the 5,000 gold, and I will agree to go with you. Without a fight. Back to the Watchers. All of you give me a favor and help me break my curse. One favor for the group. Everyone agrees. Break the curse. 2 weeks for 5,000 gold. Deal.
Deal.
That'll have to be it.
He looks over to Bracken.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Natriana will agree, and Euraxibus clarifies that she's more of a supervisor than part of the group, but also will agree. Excellent. Then I'll start the 2-week counter by the time that I get to the Watchers. Get some rest. We'll try and break the curse. With that, Vara will stand up, departs, heads up to the next floor, perhaps to his own rooms. And whether or not you do the same, we'll have to find out next week. As this is where our session must come to an end.
Oh.
So, thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. I'll see you guys in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildewitch.com, check us out there, join us in our Discord to jump into a game yourself, and, of course, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.